There are some races where all the data and every single detail matters, from the exact pressure in the suspension to the race result written in black ink at the end of the weekend. Every stone is overturned in the strive for success. And then there are others. I don't want to confuse you, Phil Atwill is a very fast racer. With 2 downhill World Cup 5th place finishes in Loser and Lenzerheide, Phil knows how to beat almost everyone in the world in a downhill race. You don't get on World Cup podiums and win international races by messing around on a bike, or do you? And that's why we've come to Donoghue Bike Park to catch up with Phil and see how having fun can translate to World Cup podiums. Right, Phil, what's so fun about riding bikes?
I don't know, what is so fun about riding bikes now?
Why do we still do it?
Why do we do it? No, it's good, isn't it? It's like expression, just like a platform or a blank canvas to get creative.
Yeah.
Like a bit of a stress relief, I guess, yeah.
So when I started, like downhill was kind of, for, I'd say our kind of riders, if you like bombing around on bikes, downhill was the way to go. Is it still the thing that you want to do, race downhill?
Yeah, I talk about racing downhill. Like obviously, when races go well, they're fun, you know, it's a buzz. A lot more admin racing downhill now, I'd say, back compared to when you were racing, you know, like you don't get as much time on your bike. Okay. But yeah, riding downhill, man, like on a Loma or something, yeah, it's still a rush, definitely.
If you could describe your style of riding to someone, what would you say?
Different. Maybe, is that fair? I don't know, it's hard to comment on my own style of riding, but
I think you're right. I think different is a good way.
Different, yeah.
I think the way you think about riding is different, probably.
Yeah, I sort of treat art like riding like, I don't know, it's like an art form essentially, isn't it? There's no rules, you can do whatever you want, which is quite nice.
How did you get so good at just messing around on the bike? Like, I saw your Instagram recently where you're just at the pump track, you know. It's kind of easy for me to say, oh, I'd try and manual through there, but you're like doing these kind of little skids across the cambers and stuff like that. How do you get good at that?
Cheers, mate. Just years of riding bikes, I guess. Yeah, like pretty much since I was a kid, I've just been out on the street, anywhere, around, riding bikes, playing on curbs. Like I could quite happily spend an hour riding a curb, and it's fun.
And still now?
I've like been looking at these logs now, and if they weren't wet, we'd probably be riding them. But yeah, I don't know, I still sort of got a bit of a buzz for it, which is nice. Like with my riding, like I get motivated to do like, I don't know, different stuff that I know not everyone can do. Like things that take my brain a little while to work out. Like it doesn't really excite me doing something that I know everyone can do, if that makes sense.
And what's your favourite bike to ride?
Probably going to say the Spindrift, which is what I'm sat on now. Propane Spindrift, alley. It's like 190 at the front, 180 at the back. It's a good all-rounder. So
you, even when you jump, for me, like I jump on downhill bikes sometimes. I don't do it very often now, but I jump on it, I'm like, this is the ultimate machine. But you're looking at just like, as you're riding from pump track from down, you know, from pump track at one end to downhill at the other, your favourite bike is a sort of, what is it, a free ride bike? Yeah, it's like a big travel enduro bike, really. Size large, just like my downhill bike would be extra large. So this is a bit smaller, a bit more playful. Can ride downhill on it, can ride jibs on it. You know what I mean? You can do anything on it, which is quite nice. If you had a tip for anyone, any type of rider, one tip how they could get better, what would it be? Ride more different types of bikes, you know what I mean? Or like, don't be scared to try different aspects of riding, like from BMX to downhill to motorbikes. You know what I mean? It all transfers over and it all helps. Definitely the different disciplines like makes a big difference. Like riding, like I've been doing a lot of motorbike enduro recently. Yeah. Like that, like the crossover from downhill to motorbike enduro, it's been so fun. Do you follow, you know, the different sports like that on Instagram? Do they inspire you? Yeah, big into my motorbikes. All the hard enduro boys and the not so hard enduro, just classic GP boys, yeah, love that stuff. Do you think having fun on your bike makes you a faster rider? I think if you're having fun, you're motivated to go fast, aren't you? Like, I don't know, and you've got to go fast to get that buzz, essentially. So if you've got that buzz, then you're happy to keep pushing. you've had a couple of World Cup downhill podiums, which is, you know, in the history of mountain biking, I'll say, if you do that, you are a legit fast rider. And I also think that means you can win World Cup races. But is there something you think you would have to change to actually win a World Cup downhill race?
Thanks, mate. Yeah, I don't know. I'm still sort of hopeful I could pull off another top result, you know? Like coming off Leger the other week, had a bit of a mechanical and a bit of a crash. I think that could have been another good one. But I don't know, it's hard to put your finger on what to change and whatnot. Like I've tried to be pretty strict and textbook with training and whatnot, and I don't know if that actually works out for me. We'll see. We're trying to work it out. If I knew, I'd be winning them every week, wouldn't I?
I look at it from the outside, and you see people like Loic Bruni, who, you know, I don't know him very well, so I don't know if he looks like the super pro guy. Obviously, they have a professional-looking team. With no offence, you look more casual about it.
Casual.
I mean, I'm not saying that's true or anything, but would you feel like you'd have to follow the Loic Bruni script to win a World Cup, or do you think that wouldn't work for you?
No, I think it probably wouldn't work for me now, to be honest. Like I think there's some cool things Loic's got going on with his team. Like them top teams have got boys on the side of the track timing all the lines. You know, they don't have to think about each line. They've got to, you know what I mean? They're told all about all this different information. But yeah, I don't know. It's a tricky one, really. No, I think like key for me, if I want to do well, is I've got to be happy and relaxed in my pits, in my own environment. You know, like having fun leading up to the race, like is so important. Like doing like a set amount of bike time or whatnot, and just like tick a few boxes with setup, and then normally I'm pretty confident and ready to go. Yeah, going back to your other question, Neil was saying earlier on, that what do I need to win a World Cup? Probably just need bit of luck, less mechanicals, and try and stay on my bicycle, and we'll probably be all right, I reckon.
Thanks to Phil for showing me how to ride Donoghue Bike Park and getting to witness his ridiculous skills across different bikes. Make sure you give him a follow on Instagram for some more inspirational action.